What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel as well as on Twitch, so make sure you come by and say hello. This video is also brought to you by my music, which is available anywhere you stream music under the name Aftersound, and I do have a new song out recently called Summer Gravity, so check it out. Let me know what you think, and I appreciate the support. All right, guys, one thing that I wanted to discuss here as I was kind of going through the marketplace is the soul-bound reward card situation that we have. And here's the thing. In a way, I want to make sure that I highlight one of the top qualities of the soulbound card situation, soulbound reward card situation, I should say, because as we move forward into the Conclave Arcana reward set, what we've heard so far is that it's going to be a little bit of a hybrid mix, right? So they're going to get rid of the soulbound reward cards at the higher ends, right? So anything that's higher than like a regular foil, so gold foil and above, right, including the arcanes, and then they will keep the regular foils soulbound. So I know a lot of people are either, one way or another on the fence about this. I always look at soulbound reward cards as one of the things that helped with the marketplace, not just getting flooded with cards and B, just like botted to hell because of that. Now, obviously, this is something that the team is iterating on, and again, we're all figuring this out as we go. But as I go through this, or as I've gone through this, and I'll share with you here, one thing that's been fascinating to me is just how well the reward cards, specifically the Chaos Legion Soulbound reward cards, have held their value, right? So you can take a look here. So for example, let's just look at this legendary card. So Iziar, if you had unlocked it at the time that it was cheapest, right? So immediately when they became available. And we haven't experienced this with the Rebellion reward card set yet, right? So we only have one data point, which is the Chaos Agent reward card set, which was minted like even in higher numbers, right? But the unbound, as you can see here, the unbound circulation numbers are significantly low because people did not want to spend the money to unbound them. But take a look at this, right? So it would have been 500 power. So you multiply that by 10. That was the cheapest point, right? So 5,000 DEC, which is $5 when DEC is at peg. DEC is not at peg right now. You'd be getting like a 30+% discount on that. And the card is going for $11.50 on the marketplace, right? And so if we just filter out or filter for legendary cards, and you kind of have that $5 marketplace. Okay, how did I get to rentals? This is crazy. What happened here? Why is this website being so... All right. There we go. All right. So if we go to just the legendary cards, keep $5 in the back of your mind, right? So you see Tenacious Hulk. There's not that many of them available in the marketplace. Only 2 listed from what I can tell. And again, I'm just looking at level 1. But you can see a lot of these cards are well above the $5 threshold. Yeah, sure. Do we have some towards the bottom? Maybe the ones that weren't as, maybe the ones that weren't as popular or weren't as crucial to the meta. But, again, it just goes to show that these cards have held their value well above many of the other cards in the past when it comes to reward cards. So let's just go on the opposite end of the spectrum here and take a look at the common cards. Now, these would be 5 cents, I believe, right? Because it's 5 DEC is the power. Where is it? Yeah, 5 power multiplied by 10, right? So 50 DEC at peg is roughly 5 cents, and you can see that again they're not going for that much more. But, well, again, the top cards are going for like 3, almost 4x. If we go towards the bottom here, yeah, again, some of these cards are still trading above that kind of like equilibrium level. So, again, what I'm trying to highlight here is that the Soulbound reward card set was successful in many ways. And one of the ways that I'm trying to highlight here is preserving the card value. Now, what's cool about this is that there is actually a little bit of a social flex because when you, like, for example, if you were around during the Chaos Legion reward card set and you got all these cards for free or, you earned them by playing, like, that shows that you were here during that time, right? You didn't have to go out and buy them, and you just have these cards. Same thing with the Rebellion set. So I actually like the approach that the team is going to take now because one of the things that we did miss was this idea of a jackpot, right? Actually getting a gold foil meant something in a tangible financial value. And obviously getting a black foil or any of the arcanes is going to be even cooler. Although I think the arcanes are probably going to be in a separate bucket. But that's besides the point. My whole thing is that like we're moving to this hybrid model now in the future, which... Again, if people are upset about the fact that they're keeping the regular foils soulbound, I don't think you should be, because regular foils will be a way for anybody that doesn't want the higher end cards. They just want to play, right? They just want to come in and play the game They don't care about the collector's items. They just want to get the lowest level, not the lowest, but the lowest foil cards, just so that they can play. I think it's great that even these cards have been proven to hold their value over time. So again, my hope is that the team's going to take a closer look at how the higher foil, right, so gold foil and above, how that plays out. Make sure that the mint numbers are actually, significantly small on those, so it doesn't just get flooded onto the marketplace. But overall, like I'm actually really excited about this pivot because they're trying to take, right. We've had two things in the past, right. One which got abused to hell, and again, a lot of that was the fact that they set the mint numbers way too high for a lot of the Chaos Legion cards. But regardless, like we had a bot situation back then. It dumped, the market dumped because of it. And I would say that this approach is going to try to take the best of both worlds. And there is a best of the Soulbound reward card set. I just want to highlight that. And hopefully we get the best of the Soulbound reward card set as well as the best of the jackpot kind of mentality that we previously had, which gets people super excited. So that is all I have for you guys in this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.